Is this team prepared for the first game? Well, Nick Sirianni was on NFL Network the other day, and you know what? He described how he's going to prepare his team for next week and described it as a 17-round knockout, as a 17-round boxing match between Rocky and Drago. And up to the training point before you face off against your opponent, you got a picture of Drago on the mantle, and you crush it before you get into a game and, just get prepared. That's what it's all about. And you know what? I think I've seen a lot this offseason. A lot of good things, more good than bad. Okay, obviously we have a lot of things that we could complain about, and we need to see the product on the field. Okay, need to see the product on the field. Jalen Hurts gravitating those players towards him that want to play for him. We haven't seen Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts play together in preseason, but they played very well in joint practices. Seems like the Eagles were unstoppable in joint practices. And if Nick Sirianni is doing something different, we have to respect it. Because we have the Atlanta Falcons. And you know what? Don't say they're going to be an easy team. Never make any game easy. This team gives us a heart attack every single game. I hope those things do change. I hope this team starts to separate by, the 8th or 9th game of the season. Then we start to see what this team is really about and what are weaknesses of this team. Obviously, with injuries that stay away from this team in a perfect world would be perfect, but it's never, peaches and cream with the Philadelphia Eagles. Not only do the coaches, not only that the players have to prove themselves, these coaches have a lot to prove here. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to have a voice. Jonathan Gannon with the defense. I thought the coaches they hired, fantastic. Nick Sirianni with this offense, putting the players in the right positions to win football games, working with the receivers, drafting Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins looking like the number 2 receiver, Jalen Reagor, as soon as he got yelled at practice a few weeks ago. As soon as he got yelled at practice before a preseason game started, he looked just totally changed after that moment. And this is going to be a team that's going to be tough. This team is going to be competitive. This team is going to surprise us. And look, guys, I'm not always right. I say things every single year. I'm wrong about a lot of things. But this is just what I think. And, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I want to hope that Jalen Hurts becomes a franchise quarterback. I want to hope that this offense and this defense becomes top 10 this year. That's what I'm hoping, and that's what I want. Not saying that this team is not going to make mistakes. Jalen Hurts is going to make mistakes. Sirianni's going to make mistakes. Gannon's going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. This is what happens. But what I don't feel that everyone else feels outside of the Eagles, whether it's media or it's fans of other teams or whatnot, is that this team is going to come out sluggish and slow. New coach, they don't know what they're doing, new scheme, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. I've never seen a team more productive this offseason. I've never seen a team more prepared this offseason. Whether the starters play in these preseason games or not, they were flawless during these joint practices. And look, I'm taking some of that into account, but I'm not going to go overboard and say, oh, we're something special here. Okay, what I'm going to say is that this is the most production out of this group I have seen in a long time. A juicy draft that some draft, most of our draft picks have made the roster. When's the last time that has really happened? Not even just that, but you're getting production out of positions you wouldn't have even thought. The linebacker positions. The linebacker position, I was so overwhelmed of how productive Nick Randall's with the linebacker, as the linebacker coach. And obviously Jonathan Gannon doing well with this defense. Has a huge voice. Defensive line they're moving defensive linemen around to exploit weaknesses. They're going from a 4-3 to a 3-4. They're going to blitz linebackers. It's not like Jim Schwartz anymore where you just do your wide 9 and just play your prevent defense. You do your picket fence defense and hope for the best that a big play doesn't get by you. They're not going to put their players in the wrong, they're not going to put their players in a bad position to fail. They're using these players to their strengths, and I can see that already with this offense and this defense. Look at what we're getting out of these guys. You pretty much kept your whole defensive line class this year with Milton Williams, Teron Jackson, and the other guy we drafted from USC. I can never pronounce his name. Linebacker position, Eric Wilson. TJ Edwards, Sean Bradley, Jannard Avery, Alex Singleton. I mean, just a monster that he's been this offseason. There's flaws to this team. There's not enough depth at certain positions. I understand that. There's not enough depth at corner. There's not enough depth at safety right now. And I totally agree and I totally understand that. But these guys have to stay healthy because it's hard to get a whole entire team together and get the perfect depth pieces. It's not easy to do that. You know what I mean? Your defensive line is the heart and soul of your defense for this Eagles team, okay? We value our defensive line more than anything, but I think you brought in Steven Nelson. Now you have two capable cornerbacks. McLeod looks like he's coming back, and Anthony Harris is looking to have a pretty big year. Unfortunately, it's a one-year deal, 30 years old, but you're hoping for the best. This defense is going to play more zone than man, and that's fine too. More turnovers. Okay, moving your defensive line around for mismatches. That's going to be huge. Your offense, your wide receivers being intermediate. They're not playing one receiver to one side. Devontae Smith isn't just playing the left side or the right side. They're making every receiver play every position, all three wide receiver positions, so that you can have mismatches with Dallas Goedert already on the field. Jalen Hurts extending plays, Miles Sanders right next to him. The running back core the Eagles have right now, Kenneth Gainwell, a fifth-round pick that should have been at least a late second to an early third. Due to the virus last year, he didn't play. His draft stock went down. He's got wide receiver hands. He's a dual threat back that can line up anywhere as a wide receiver in the backfield. You have a lot. You have a starting left tackle in Jordan Mailata, 6'8", 360, 50, 70, whatever his weight is, okay, that is going to get attention this year and show that he's going to get some attention. His name is going to get into the league, okay? So there's a lot to look at here. And you know what? There might be some things we don't agree with, but we just need to wait and see. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, I don't agree with him being as a starting wide receiver. But if they want to use him for special teams, if they like his blocking for the run game, if that's all the value they're taking out of it and they want to make justice of this second-round pick in JJ, then that's fine. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. But obviously, it will show this year. There will be proof of that this year, of who to get rid of next year. And obviously, the Eagles could potentially have 3 first-round picks plus some cap space. But most of all, this team has their dignity. This team has respect in themselves. This team has confidence going to the first game. And I think that's what Nick Sirianni has put these guys in. It started with Nick Sirianni, number one, creating this new culture for the Eagles. There are teams out there that don't really go too far on culture. They just say, hey, you better play well, and that's it. And put yourselves in the right positions to win, and that's it. The culture is where the camaraderie comes from. Okay, and this team has got it. This players want to play for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, the starting quarterback, a full one-year evaluation with an offseason, building chemistry with his receivers, his running backs, everything. That's where it's going to count. Not really much to talk about the Atlanta Falcons because at the end of the day, guys, they're going to try to win. And I'm more worried about us messing the game up than the Falcons beating us. Because I think the Eagles could burn the Falcons. I think they could totally mess up the Falcons like crazy. I do. I think they could do a really good job on them if they play up to par. If they don't, then it might be another close game. We don't play well in Atlanta. I know this. We don't play well there. We have close games with Atlanta. Okay? After the Super Bowl, we lost against them. I mean, it's it happens. You know what I mean? But Nick Sirianni is a top-notch coach. That's not the hoorah type coach. And when you kind of listen to him, but when he gets with his players and gets in his meetings and gets probably before games on game day, he's going to light a match under these guys. Don't bring in veteran wide receivers, filling up spots that we don't need to. Let these guys are hungry. Unlock the cage and let them out and let them do what they got to do to put something on their name in the NFL, to put respect on their name in the NFL. That's where it's going to be insane. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I ranted on a little bit the past couple days, but we're getting close, and I'm very happy to hear what Nick had to say. Really happy. I'll put the link down from the video in the description. This way you guys can watch it. And that's about it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think and how you think this team is preparing and how they are preparing. Do you think it's going to be a success or a total failure? You let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Shakes, what up, follows 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.